Football is back. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam and we are back again with another one. So what do I mean football is back? Of course, you saw my rant yesterday. I lost it a bit. I would want to apologize to anyone, I was in the heat of the moment. 6 hours later, and that's weird. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. So we are here going to talk about what I mean when I say football is back. Liverpool no longer have that game in hand. It's actually now 7 points clear of us now. Things not really going according to plan in terms of what the team is supposed to do. We're going to look at all the games that are going to be played this week in the Premier League. It's been a while since we've seen the Premier League. We've been watching FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and I hope you're ready for it. The first game was the Liverpool one. It is passed now. Let's talk about the other games which are going to be happening this week. Of course, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to the Connect. Maybe in the later on I'll talk about, I don't want to talk about Michael Oliver anyway. I'll move on. So, we have a few games that are going to be played, of course, and I'm really excited over these games. Brighton are going to be playing against Chelsea on a Friday evening. Then we also have Leicester City playing against Arsenal. Then we have West Ham playing against Brentford. We have Southampton playing against Bournemouth. Aston Villa playing against Ipswich. This is the goal rush, and the Man City against Newcastle in the goal rush. Then also on top of that, as we move on in the same goal rush, by the way, so many games. Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. Then we have Crystal Palace versus Everton. Liverpool versus Wolves on Sunday. Then the last one is the Tottenham versus Manchester United, the biggest game of the week. Let's talk about the first game because I think it's a bit interesting before we move on to the other ones. Of course, this is just my small preview that I do. So I hope you understand. I won't go overboard. The Friday game, Chelsea playing against Brighton. The interesting part about this game is we all know Chelsea, that they've been going through what we call a major downfall. We used to think it was a smaller downfall, but it continues happening in so many different competitions. They're out of all the competition that they've been in, of course. But like I'm saying, they keep going down and it needs some explanation. Of course, people are talking about Cole Palmer drying out. They're talking about Sancho disappearing, not being able to take the games in the scrap of his neck. Talking about Pedro Nato, the Wolves guy, the guy who ran the show, is not really running the show at all now when he's in this club. So a lot of things have raised so many questions to the world, but yet still less answers when we look at what's happening in the game. But it's going to be interesting to see because Brighton also are not really rosy as the world actually expect them to be because they've not been doing well themselves. Of course, they might have picked up some wins there and then, but they have not been performing well in the Premier League. They have been struggling to win games. They've been struggling to find, composure. What actually makes this game even more interesting is that the fact that they played against Chelsea during the weekend and they'll meet each other again. That's what makes it more exciting. They lost by 2-1. Chelsea, the first game, can they, try to put a revenge on this thing? I can't spin it out. I just have to wait and see what happens in the game. But it's going to be exciting. What are your predictions? My prediction, I think it's going to be 2-2 draw. It's at Brighton. Again. It isn't again, people. Again. So Chelsea never went back home. Even though I think it's in London, if I'm not mistaken. Arsenal versus Leicester. Now, this is an interesting game because I think Arsenal are ready for this one. The interesting actually news when it comes to Arsenal is actually the news of Kai Havertz actually out for the whole rest of the season. And the extra one we just said recently that Saka has extended 8 more weeks to his injury, to his recovery. So it means that if you're expecting to see him this week or next week, talk about it, 2 months between he comes back. I think it's not going to be easy for the Arsenal fans to accept it, but that's the truth of the matter. That's what we're being told. People want to know your thoughts in the comment section over that one. West Ham versus Brentford. It's an interesting game. Oh, by the way, I think Leicester City are going to lose this game by 4-0. Arsenal always score. But I remember last time these two played each other, Leicester scored an interesting goal. It was It's Arsenal's team, and I think that was Arsenal's strongest team. What happens now when they're missing so many players like this? Don't be surprised. It's going to be a good game, that's for sure. West Ham versus Brentford. I'm excited about this one because West Ham have been given a new leaf of life. They're playing like a team that has something to play for. They're actually exciting to watch for some change. And Brentford on the other side, it's a team that has always been known for being cool, calm, and collected, getting the job done whenever they get the opportunity. But they've not been playing like that in the years of recently. So that's what makes this game even more exciting, to be honest. I think this ends as a 1-1 draw. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Southampton versus Bournemouth. It's a 3-0 win to Bournemouth. I think it's going to be a straightforward game. I don't think there's a lot of things that we might want to waste so much talking of this goal rush. I think we all know who's going to win. Aston Villa versus Ipswich also is a straightforward game. 2-0 win to Aston Villa. I think they have everything they can to get this job done. I don't think Ipswich still really have some time in the Premier League. I think they've said that, yeah, it's not an easy league. Then also Manchester City versus Newcastle in an interesting game that I think Manchester City needs to rise from, because their performance as of late has been more questions rather than answers. And I think after the Real Madrid, you know, capitulating or dying that they did, they need this game to be the pick-me-up that they need in this game week 25. And I just wonder, do they have what it takes? The game is at the Etihad. They have the upper hand. They have the control. But the problem is this. They are playing with a team that has really, really been on form. Rather than Liverpool or Bournemouth, this is the team that has been on form for some time. And I just wonder, can Man City get the job done? Kevin De Bruyne played against Real Madrid, and I felt at some point he had lost the air in his lungs. Phil Foden is, he's got some bit of mistakes in him now these days that I don't even know where they're coming from. But all in all, I think Newcastle win this game by 2-1. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Sorry, anyway. Let's move on to Fulham versus Nottingham Forest in a game that I think it's going to be one for the days. They're coming from hot weather training. Nottingham Forest, something I think Edu might have advised, and they look like they are going to be a problem. So I'm curious to see what they do. The prediction for me, I think Nottingham Forest win this game by 3-2. Crystal Palace are going to be playing Everton after Everton's Merseyside derby performance that was out of this world. Don't be surprised, and this is the painful part. Crystal Palace wins by 1-0. Hate my life, and I hate football. And Liverpool are going to be playing Wolves at Anfield, and I think they need to recover from what has happened. Of course, Wolves have made some signings. I did see the easy player that is from my country, and I'm really curious to see how he will do. I don't want him to do that much against Liverpool because it's my club, but I want to see what Muniz will actually do at Wolves. But I'm excited. So many people are enjoying him, and they're really liking what's going to be happening with him. But I know we're about to watch some of the best games, really, to be honest. So my predictions are all going to be on the line. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I actually think Liverpool bounce back from this. I think they win this game by 3-0, but I don't think Wolves will make it easier like the way I've just called the numbers here. They're going to have to put it there, or they're going to have to improve so much, especially in the midfield, because they died against Everton. They need to learn to break down those roadblocks and not allow every counter-attack to actually affect us. So there's so many things that have to change. And also one, I think that's the most important thing. Just don't want to see Michael Oliver in this game. Please, for the goodness of the connect, for the goodness of everything that I do, just don't put Michael Oliver in it, because I think I might go mad. Anyway, Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United, the bigger one. Of course, we know what Tottenham Hotspurs did to Manchester United earlier on in the season, but Tottenham Hotspurs are not the same team, and they are below United. If they win this game, they go above United, according to everything that you might try to read about. The problem is this: United, they They look like they can rise. They look like they can die. Everything can happen with them. Right now, they're just 1 point behind United, and they've just come on from their first win of 2025 Tottenham Hotspur. So they have the belief. United, they have 2 wins, but they've come from a loss. If Tottenham Hotspur wins, they're on 27 points. They'll go 30 points, which is above Crystal Palace and United. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But one thing that I'm curious to hear, who has the upper hand and what do Tottenham needs to actually perform according to what we want to see from them? So many questions to be asked, but I'm excited. I think I'll do a build up to it a bit tomorrow, just to add some more, some more excitement into the fixture. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. My prediction will be revealed in that, like I just said, the video that I'm going to do in terms of building up United versus Tottenham. I hope you're excited. I think I should bring back the big match preview and reviews. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of that. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Awesome. I'll see you on another way out. Please subscribe to the Connect.